Carl Burgoyne here, President and Founder of Symphony Financial, March 20th, 2020, with a quick market perspective on this current market drop. The market has dropped 30% from peak to trough based on the broad market or the largest 500 companies in America. At the end of the day, I want to put a little perspective on this in history. I'm going to go back to 1900 and compare it to the four major events in history. You may not think 1900's considered modern history, but I want to include the Great Depression. I want to include 73, 74, 2000 through 2002, and 2008 and 9. The more minor events that are also in there that weren't as significant are the stock market crash of 1987, the Kennedy flash crash of 1962, as well as the crash that followed the epidemic of the Spanish flu in 1918. How does this compare? One of the comparable items is a major pause of business and unemployment increasing. In the Great Depression, unemployment got to 25% for a prolonged period of time, which really brought that market down. We're certainly not calling for that. However, unemployment over these next couple reports will start to look pretty bad. We really compare it more to 73, 74, 2000 through 2002, as well as 2008 and 9. In those markets, the market dropped roughly 50 to 55%. In fact, in 2008, those largest 500 companies dropped 55%, and small companies dropped roughly 85% at that time. This market currently on larger companies like that, it's dropped 30%, so pretty good distance off. At the end of the day, we're not calling for it to be 55%. We've come up with really three scenarios that could happen from here. Number one, we could bounce around here, level out, and increase and recover. Number two is we could bounce around and bounce a little lower and then recover. Number three is we could bounce around a little lower and then a little lower. That could look more like 2008 and 9, could look more like 2000 to that 50 to 55% number, and then recover. I'd like to remind you that we recovered in 2008 and 9, we recovered in 2000, we recovered in 73, we recovered in the Great Depression. This too shall pass, we will recover, and patience will be rewarded. So, with that in mind, during this time period, we've got really three things going on. We've got the coronavirus, we have an oil war going on, as well as a pause in business due to the coronavirus reaction. We want to think, how are these going to impact this economy long term? At the end of the day, we will get back to business and we'll get back to recovery, and we will get back to where we want to grow. That one piece with the coronavirus, I want to just make everybody aware we are being patient through this, and we are holding more web conferences, video conferences, and conference calls to respect social distancing during this time period. So if you'd like to visit and talk about your situation, please give us a call and let's schedule a time.